Man, I just found it kind of very interesting, man, to be on the radio station every morning and just talk spicy and greasy about this whole Brendan Sorsby situation that has come upon of us, right? And the crazy thing about it is we sit here and listen to Anthony Lima with his narratives. You know, Anthony Lima don't like Shedeur Sanders. He can't stand Deshaun Watson, man. It's anybody but Shedeur with Anthony Lima. And it seems like Anthony Lima's out here pushing these narratives, man. It just won't go away, man. And through this whole ordeal, man, he's been exposed. We saw Emory Hunt come on the show and expose him. Got Anthony Lima all in his feelings, man, about this whole situation with Brendan Sorsby. You heard Emory Hunt talking about this is Shedeur Sanders' team. And, you know, Mary Kay was on the morning show with Ken Carman and Anthony Lima. And, you know, Mary Kay is now reporting that, you know, the Cleveland Browns shouldn't go down this rabbit hole of getting Brendan Sorsby. Now she's taking heed to everything that Todd Monken has said, because Todd Monken has stood 10 toes down talking about, man, this is a slippery slope. We heard what he said at the golf outing. They don't need a quarterback like that in their organization because he has Shedeur Sanders and Deshaun Watson as an organization right now. And he said that both of them are NFL starting quarterbacks. And to sit there and listen to this stuff that, you know, the Cleveland media puts out, and that's why we always tell you guys, man, if you're not down with this new Cleveland media, man, y'all better get on the train and start listening to what the new Cleveland media is saying, because the old Cleveland media, man, they just say anything that they want to say. And, you know, they've been exposed in this whole ordeal, man. And we got a lot to unpack because we got to listen to what Anthony Lima had to say this morning. He just took it to new heights, and it's ridiculous on what he said. But we're going to talk about it coming up right after this.
What's up, K-Sap? Yeah. James Ford, that's me. Let me talk to him. Let's get it.
I'm simply ball dropping, simply ball dropping. Chopping up these topics, man, I'm simply ball dropping. Driving coast to coast, making moves, ain't stopping. Driving coast to coast, making moves, ain't stopping.
Hey, let me put you on game. These other podcasts out here talking that shit, but ain't repping the same. It's my bro K-Sap, chopping up topics for your optics. From politics to top picks. Tune in, you gotta watch this. Exclusive material for your radio, stereo, pumping high definition. Stop what you doing and listen. We smashing all competition. You better jump on this wave. Somebody pass me a mic, man, I got something to say.
And now, your host of the Simply Ball Dropping Podcast, the man behind the mic, K-Sap.
Well, once again, man, Anthony Lima has struck in the worst way possible, man. He started talking reckless this morning on their show, the one that he has with Ken Carman early in the morning, and they had Mary Kay on. And I want you guys to listen to what Anthony Lima had to say, man, because this is downright asinine, man. Take a listen to what Anthony Lima had to say.
That's fine. Maybe a team that doesn't need a starting quarterback right away could take something like that on. But the Browns are not in that position, and they really like what they have right now at this moment in that room. They have a raging quarterback battle going on, and they don't want to add to it.
So, Mary Kay, you really feel that was kind of the follow-up, but I'll let you clarify more. You really feel like the existence of Deshaun Watson and Shedeur Sanders would dissuade this organization from pursuing a lotto ticket like this?
Well, I think that's part of it. I think that's part of the equation. I think the bigger part of it is the fact that no one can know for sure if Brendan Sorsby is going to be able to stay on the field, stay clean, and be able to fulfill his NFL career and live up to his draft status and all those kinds of things. I think that there are enough really good quarterbacks coming out in next year's draft that they should be able to get their hands on one of those guys without putting themselves through all of the things that would come with Brendan Sorsby.
Quarterback in 2020.
Mary Kay, I think I agree with you. You asked it. That was an interesting way to ask
Why
that
do you say that was interesting?
Just because you kind of lead her on a little bit there.
You thought I was leading the witness there?
A little bit. I thought you were leading her a little
Mary
bit.
Kay, it was nice to see on the roadways on the west side yesterday or a couple of days ago.
You saw Mary Kay on the road?
Beep, beep. She was on a walk.
You guys waved to each other?
She was busy. You were in a heated conversation.
Heated? You're getting in an argument? What's going on, Mary Kay? You okay?
I was walking with my husband, and we just solved the world's problems when we're out there walking through the streets of Rocky River.
Okay, beautiful neighborhood.
I should ask her about, I think her and her husband will be very interested in John's situation that's coming up here in about 10 minutes. All right, Mary Kay, going back to it, the whole Sorsby thing, the whole question about the quarterbacks, you said a heated competition. They both obviously want to start. What do you think is going on in the next 5 weeks here with Todd Monken, with Andrew Berry, as they start to make their decision about who starts for this football team? Do they already have an inkling, or are they going to go in here with a clean slate? Because before, Todd was quoted. He wanted to have a starter by training camp. Now that circumstance has changed. So what are they thinking right now?
Well, I think what happened is Shedeur Sanders came on so strong in those last probably 3-4 weeks of OTAs and minicamp that he made it impossible for them to go out there and make a decision right now. I think he kind of just put his nose to the grindstone and really studied that offense and got out there and did what he needed to do at the line of scrimmage, more so than he did in the beginning. When it came to the operation of the offense, he became way, way more efficient, just in terms of going through his progressions, getting rid of the ball, his footwork, all of that. All of the things that you need to do to operate this offense, he became way more efficient. And they really want to see what he can do when the pads come on, and when he actually has some pressure. And when he's throwing against a Denzel Ward, who can break up the pass and things like that. So I think it's legit. I don't think they're paying lip service to this. I think they do feel that they have a two-way quarterback battle on their hands. And Shedeur is the kind of player that he goes out and puts it on the grass better than he does, seeing what he just learned. He definitely can demonstrate what he learned much better when he can go out there and actually do it.
That's a weird question, but
now you heard what the guys had to say, man. It's kind of crazy, man, that Mary Kay is trying to change her wordplay. But y'all heard what Anthony Lima had to say, man. Anthony Lima is a joke, man. And through this whole ordeal, man, he's been exposed. The Cleveland media has been exposed. And they showing their true colors. They letting y'all know how they really feel about Shedeur Sanders. And also, they letting you know that they're not concerned about winning football games. They're concerned about narratives. They're concerned about individual storylines. They're concerned about just reporting anything that they want to report. They don't talk about how Cleveland as a football team is going to come on this, NFL scene this year and be a real special team with the acquisitions that they got in the offseason, with the draft that Andrew Berry had, with the fresh hungry dog and Jared Verse. I know Myles Garrett is out the building, but they got a good replacement. And then also they got the hungry dog and Quincy Wilson from the New York Jets. And they got all kinds of interior linemen that can help Shedeur Sanders out and protect him. And every good thing that Andrew Berry and Todd Monken have said about Shedeur Sanders, about his progressions, about his study, his work habits, the improvements, and then you put some weapons around him with the Denzel Bostons, the KC Concepcions. You still got his boy Isaiah Bond. You still got Jerry Jeudy. You still got Quinshawn Judkins, Harold Fanning Jr. So you got some explosive guys offensively, and you upgraded that line. So stop talking about bringing these quarterbacks in 2027 and kill this Brendan Sorsby stuff because this guy has a gambling addiction. You don't want that in your organization. And Todd Monken has already made it clear. And I think Mary Kay is starting to learn. When is Anthony Lima going to learn? He's a fool, man. The stuff that he says is just outlandish, man. And the crazy thing about it is, I just don't understand how, Anthony Lima just keeps coming on every day talking this crazy nonsense. Y'all get down in the comment section.
I see everyone in the comment section. #salute. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and turn on your post notifications so you will know every time I drop a hot banger. Oh yeah, just in case I forgot, tell a friend to tell a friend. It might not be for you, but it might be for them. And that will wrap up another episode of the Simply Ball Dropping Podcast. I'm your host and the man behind the mic, K-Sap. Catch you on the next one. Deuces.